Good morning, Estelle and Lauren. How are you both?
Excellent. Thank you. Great to see you, Cheryl.
Great to
Morning,
see you.
Sheryl.
Good morning. You both have been on an exciting journey overseas and then to the Beauty Expo.
Yes, we went to France for a month
Yeah.
and then we came back very quickly. It was straight into Sydney Beauty Expo at the ICC just on the weekend.
I know. How was that?
It was brilliant. As soon as you walk in, there's such energy in that room of people love getting together and collaborating and seeing what's new in the industry. It was just awesome. Love being part of it.
I know it's fantastic. So, how was everyone's energy there? What I really wanted to talk to you both about today is not the doom and the gloom, like people like to talk about with what's going on overseas. And there's no one out there, and the industry's broken, and no one wants to work, and which we all know is not true. Um, so, what are your thoughts on this, and how can we help salon owners in our industries get over this?
Well, I'm glad that we're here talking about this because I don't really have any negative dirt to tell you
Okay,
because
great.
it really depends where you tune in. And everybody that we spoke to was really keen for improvement. And I think that this is true no matter the times in life, it's a choice of where you're going to look. Are you looking at the problems or are you looking at solutions? And I was only saying to Laurent this morning that the shift that happens when I work with a salon owner, when we work with a salon owner, is they might start out with everybody else as the problem,
Yes.
which is the government, the TAFE, the industry as a whole, and their employees, their partners, their dog, whatever. Everyone's the problem.
Or the next door neighbour who talks too loudly.
True. Anyone, all
Like,
right? They're
anyway,
all in the
yeah,
firing range.
that's right.
But as they progress through, there is a mindset shift that goes to quick accountability straight away of themselves. So if there's a challenge, it is, how am I responsible? What can I do to make a shift in that? So they're solution seekers.
Yes.
And I love that because when you're working and you're in the proximity of solution seekers, you bounce off each other and you move faster to progress. There's always going to be that little bit of thread where you go, how we say, below the line, and you might
Yes.
be a bit grumpy about things, but they soon bring themselves up into, well, I've had enough of sitting in the wallow of that. Let's dust myself off quickly. And what can we do to improve this?
I love it.
That's up to me. That's not up to everybody else. No one's going to come and save you. It's up to you. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Uh,
oh, sorry, Lauren.
no,
Yeah.
that's okay. I'm gonna have my own twist on it because I come from the mindset perspective, and as human beings, we are wired to see what's wrong
Yes.
because our primary brain wants to us to be safe, and everything has to be predictable, so we can actually anticipate things and get the result that we used to have. And when something changes, we're in a panic mode and we're looking for all the negative stuff that's happening. So obviously, the media, the social media, and it's always been like that. It's not just social media, but even the good old newspaper or
Yes.
the 6 o'clock news and all of that, always focusing on the negative, which feeds that primary brain of ours to look for the negative and confirm that we are in a state of protection and always. So that's coming from that neuroscience perspective where we also have the choice consciously to focus on the positive. And this is what people do when they work with us. They first don't realize they're doing it all the time. It's a subconscious reaction that we have. Everybody's the same. But once you realize that 95% of the decisions we made or the feelings we have, they are a subconscious mechanism. And then you can connect with that and then you make your choices differently. It's not the information that is making our life, is how we actually understand and the meaning we put to it. So, and that's what, when people get into a group with us, and they elevate themselves by education and awareness, they get to that next level where they realize, well, it's not the environment that's making my situation today. It's my own reality that I make out of those decisions we make every second minute of the day. And when I see people that grow into Estelle's program, I can see the people in legacy, they have a very different approach to business. They see things that they didn't see maybe 3 or 2 years ago.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I love what you were saying about, the way that you look at solutions instead of problems and how we're wired to, Lauren. And a lot of people love to congregate in negativity or positivity too. Some people just
Yes.
love to stay with everybody where they complain about the price of broccoli and what's going on with petrol. And, they just love to wallow in all this. Whereas other people will evolve and surround themselves with positivity as well. And we see
Yeah.
it in our business with recruiting. Some salon owners, people just want to work with them and they come and stay with them. They find them and they retain them really easily. Whereas other salon owners just can't find staff or people just don't want to stay with them. And
Yeah.
it's really hard for me to sort of sometimes say, well, the problem could actually be you.
The common denominator, yes.
Yeah, it's a hard pill to take, isn't
It
it?
is it is a hard pill to take, because if I said to some of these salon owners, maybe it's not the people, the candidates that don't want to come and work with you or your team that keep leaving, maybe it's not them that are the problem. So if there was a way that we could get these people in your group so you could softly massage them to realize that it's not all this external stuff, it's actually what we're attracting and who we are as a person that will either attract or repel people from us.
Yeah, this is so true. If you work with people thinking they function the same way as you, it's a big mistake. We're all different. We all have different expectations. We all have different motivations as well. And as a Gallup Strength coach, actually, I work with salons and their team in that space where we elevate each person's strength instead of trying to find what's wrong with the team and how to fix it. We actually identify a very simple test online, how people function naturally. And instead of trying to create the team that everyone's cookie cutter and everyone works the same, and because we can systemize and it's easy and that's one way of doing things, we realize that some people are really strong in communication, for example, or they're very strong relators, and others are very analytical and strategic. And you put those two people together on a project and then they leverage each other's strength along the way. One, what it does, it makes them more energized because they do what they really love doing all the time. And they find their place in the team, like a puzzle piece. And then because they sit there with value and it's recognized by the fact that they are actually put in a situation where they work with their strength, they don't want to go anywhere else. That guarantees a very low turnover of staff. The statistics actually show it. It's 75% less or 72% less turnover on a team that use the strength strategy instead of trying to so many different things and try to make people fit in a box.
I love that. And it's like, I always say to everybody, running a business is just really all about relationships. It's relationship, first of all, with yourself, your team members, your bank manager, your product company, your team. It's like when you're in a marriage or a relationship, you two people coming together with totally different strengths and different love languages. And then we wonder why 50% of marriages break up. And it's the same with running a business and having teams. If we can understand each other and find each other's strengths and how we value ourselves and our love languages and being rewarded and what we can do in the business, I think it would be a lot more successful.
and everybody be much happier in the
Yes,
workplace and life as
in
well.
life in general, instead of having all this um, drama in businesses and salons as well, and people being
Yeah.
catty. And if everyone understands each other, it's not just like you said before, we're not in a cookie cutter thing where we're all the same people. We're all
Mm,
different and we all value and we want to be rewarded differently too. It's like giving incentives, giving a bottle of wine to someone who doesn't drink, or giving them a,
that's
whatever.
right. Mm.
Find
Like
out.
we
Mm,
had this lovely salon that came to see us at the Beauty Expo recently, like a few days ago, and the owner was there, really telling us what the challenges were. And then she said, it's really hard for me to make a decision on my own. I really want to refer to the team. So she came back after and had a chat with us, with the team. And Estelle probably be the best person to tell you. But there was this most beautiful moment when
one of the team members said, well, how much is coaching anyway? Well, you know what? I'm willing to give up my staff incentive so that you can afford to get coaching, because I want to know that this business is going to be successful. I love you, want to see that you do well. And
yeah,
here's the thing, there's a lot of employees that are like that. They do want to see you do well, and they think finally there's going to be somebody that helps my boss see things slightly differently, open up their mind to, yes, sometimes we are the problem. Let's look at a way through this. And they get really on board, buy into that. So that's great. They're actually, today we'll be connecting with them as they start their onboarding process.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and that goes to show, which is exactly what you said. People are very different. They like different rewards to be recognized in their work. And some people, yes, it's the money. Some people, it's they want a holiday, they want a time off. But some people, it's personal growth and training and learning new skills. So, and that was just out of a 30-minute conversation with that team. So imagine what can be done over a longer period of time. The growth is going to be tremendous.
And I think we think we know our team because we're in the hair and beauty industry, right? We communicate so well. We're the best at that. And I know my team, we banter and we socialize, but the depths of how they learn, how they go, their filtering process on how they go about things. When you uncover that, it also helps in attracting team, because you know exactly who you're looking for. And I know people would say, listening to this in their head, I'll take anybody right now.
I'm desperate. I hear that all the time.
But you're not desperate for another set of challenges, because that'll come with a whole other set of challenges too.
That's right.
So when you're clear about, well, these are the things that I love and I'm just drawn to, and so are my team, this is the missing puzzle piece. You do start to attract that, and you see that. You start to learn the behaviours that are going to be a really good match into your family. They call it
family
sometimes.
Work family.
It can be, yeah. So that can be a bit overused. I dropped it there, but yes, if it's the right place, it can. You're there longer than you are with some of your family members, aren't you?
That's right. That's right. And I always say to everyone as well, whether they go through us when they're looking for new team members, whether they throw an ad on Seek or Indeed or boost posts and hope for the best, do not do any of that until you get clear first. Because you're going to be swimming through the mud and you're not clear. So if you're not clear, you can't attract that person in.
And they will know. You must be authentic. My daughter is 17, and so I'm very well aware of, from that age group, what they're looking at when they're stalking you, because you stalk them and stalk you too. And so they're looking at, is the advertisement congruent with how you are on your social media pages, your website, and so they get an essence of who you are. And if they don't feel like I'm going to belong there, or that's polished up far more than what they actually are, then they're not going to bother. They're not going to send inquiry. They're not desperate.
No, and we don't want desperate anyway, and the more that the business owner or a person works on themselves the better person they're going to attract in as well. And I always say that in relationships, because I used to have a relationship agency and a dating agency. And people would come to me and they'd want a Brad Pitt or something absolutely ridiculous. And I wouldn't even try and let them date again until they'd actually really worked on themselves. Because you're going to attract in that same person over and over and over again, just different face, until you actually work on yourself and we recognize what we've done to attract this person in over and over and over again. And it's the same with your business as well. It's just
Absolutely.
all about relationships.
Yes, and don't wait till you've mastered that. Just get out on your audience already. Find somebody that can help you with that, because if you say, yeah, well, I'll work on that, I'll work on myself. Well, who's going to guide you and teach you those things? Because you've only got the information that has where you are right now.
Exactly.
You need a whole lot of set of skills, a whole lot more awareness, and somebody that you can trust that will tell you how it is.
And not your best friend.
No, not your best friend.
Not your best friend or a salon owner that really doesn't know what they're doing. Because you're just going to throw on all these coats of misery and negativity. So get rid of all of the coats and actually come to an expert who can help you with your mindset, which will make my job a lot better to help them find the right team and keep them.
So just accept, if you want something, you have to pay to get something. Just as we in the marketplace, we want people to pay for our premium service in the salon, the same as everywhere else. So if you don't have something and you need something, find somebody who's got it, get that thing, get on with it. There's no good spinning your wheels. Elevate yourself. I know both of us have invested a lot into personal development, marketing, you name it, to be able to know more, to be able to give more. So when was the last time that you said to somebody like Sheryl or ourselves, I need some help in this because I'm spinning my wheels and I'm looking for a solution rather than being stuck in the problem?
And stop listening to everybody else tell you that there's a doom and gloom out there and the industry is broken, which is some of the rubbish that I hear.
I think there's one thing that I'd like to say is that if any salon owners is listening now, they find there's a pattern going on, they find it's something that's repeating, it's very often inside of ourselves. I've been a business owner in a very different industry for 30 years, and I realized I was trying to create a team environment that I had the idea that was the right one. It's not until I did my training as a Gallup strength coach I realized, my God, I'm burning people out because I expect them to react like me. So that was my personal experience. When I understood that, and one of my staff was very high in achievement. It was an achiever and a learner. When I understood that, when I was feeding him with work, he could actually progress through the day. He wanted a list of tasks in the day that he could tick off the list, and that made him happy. So everyone will have that sense of thinking, well, if I create a nurturing environment, everybody's going to be happy. He couldn't care less about that. He just wanted his achiever in himself to be satisfied. And until I created that, then it was then too late. And to go back to what you said, sometimes you don't get ready to employ people. You don't have the structure. You don't have the vision and the clarity. You spend thousands and thousands of dollars in recruiting, training, the time that you can't never get back, because money is one thing. The time is lost forever.
Exactly.
And you can't put a price on it. So all the resources you actually spent to create an ideal employee you think is lost, where if you employ an expert, and yes, it might cost a bit at the start, but it's a lot less than the cost of a mistake like that.
Exactly. And, you can, by the time you, as you said, you invest all that money in educating them, and then if they leave, then you've got to go through the whole process all over again. And the money that you lose by not having someone really confident in your business as well, you're losing clients who will walk out the door, probably never come back, so you're losing thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yes.
Instead of just investing to get the right help in the beginning. So you don't keep on making those mistakes over and over again. So we could talk all day, but how can someone get hold of you that wants to go, all right, I've had enough, I'm going to get the experts to help?
I think they go to Estelle_boss coaching on Instagram, find me there, or there's boss coaching _mindset. Is that your handle?
That's it.
Or boss coaching on the website. Go to one of those.
Yeah.
Send me a DM and we'll connect. You'll be talking straight to me and we can organise a time to jump on Zoom just like this, or a phone call.
Yeah. I do a bit of a discovery call as well. I'm happy to liaise with anyone that sees this interview or this segment. And it's a good 90-minute session where we uncover a lot of stuff. So if any salon owners out there, it's $150. Normally, it's actually really cheap because of the work we do in that 90-minute. But I'm happy actually to give that for free, just really to help, because sometimes we have little blockage that actually can be resolved fairly quickly and easily. And so happy to do that. I'm really eager to connect with people that need some help.
That maybe they could drop your name so that they know we know they listen to this and they got that special offer. Sheryl.
Yes. Just for people who mention my name.
Yes.
That's it.
All right. Well, lovely to see you both again, and thank you so much for coming on. And I'm sure people will be knocking on your door very soon.
Excellent. All right. Bye for now. Thanks, Sheryl.
Bye for now. Bye.